Hello everybody, my name is Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is The Frugal Cottage, where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. So today's video is all about my dividend income for May 2020. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So dividend income is one of my main avenues for being able to retire early. So I track my dividend income so that I can see what our progress is. I have a lot of dividend investing posts on my blog. I will leave a link below if you're interested. Check that out, there's lots of information there. I also do investing workshops, like a live workshop where I teach how to get started investing. I'll leave a link below to that if you're interested. But dividend income in May, it has been good. It's not as much as last year because I've had some dividend cuts, and going forward that will be, I'll probably end up saying that quite often, that there's been dividend cuts. However, as you'll see in a minute, I can't complain at the numbers. It's getting to the point where when I reinvest these, it's starting to make a slight bit of difference, which is great. So my aim, when I set it at the start of the year, my aim for dividend income for 2020 was £1,600 received by the end of the year. Now I already know that I've done calculations that I'm not going to hit my aim unless I suddenly find loads of extra money to invest in my accounts, which isn't going to happen unless loads of people buy lots of things from my Frugal Cottage shop, for example. However, I'm okay with the fact that it's gone a bit pear-shaped, if you like. This has actually been testing my own strategy for investing and building income. So in some ways it's been quite handy to sit and weather the storm, so to speak. Hopefully, within 3 to 5 years, this will just be a little blip on the investing journey rather than kind of the end of all things, so to speak. So in the month of May, I had 2 holdings pay out. One was an individual company and one was a fund. Both, I've had them in my portfolio for quite a while now, almost the beginning for one of them. And they've been consistent in paying out dividends, which is why I like them. So the first one that paid out, individual companies are much riskier in the sense that it's more likely that a single company will go bust, rather than having a holding in a fund, which is lots of different companies and they kind of shuffle ones in and out depending on what's happening. I know that investing in individual companies, which the first one on this list will be, is riskier, and over time I'm hoping that because I'm investing for such a long time, it kind of not cancels it out, but there's enough time to kind of weather any ups and downs that might happen, as I'm seeing at the moment. So some of my holdings in my portfolio, I'll leave a link below to my post that outlines just what I've got in my stocks and shares ISA at the moment. I'll leave a link below so you can have a nosy at that. It just lists all the holdings and how many of what I've got. But I know that the longer I hold these shares, the better it is. Obviously, this is not investing advice, you do your own research and all that jazz. So the first one is Standard Life. And this paid out £42.90 in May. £42.90 in itself is a good number. That would pay for, what would that pay for? It would pay for both of our mobile phone bills, I do know that. However, that's not the only one. So that's the individual company. Standard Life are like an insurance company. The second one is a fund, and the second one that paid out is the Vanguard Life Strategy Fund. And that paid out £80.80, and I'm not going to lie, I quite like that number. Mainly because it's if somebody handed you £80 on the street, you'd be great, but £80.80 is, numbers thing, it just looks good. So combined, that would almost pay for our council tax for the months, because combined the total for that is £123.70. Now, in these blog posts that I write about dividend investing, and like I said, I'll leave a link below to those, I talk about the fact that A, I'm going to aim for £1,000 a month in dividend income, but B, the dividend income we receive eventually will go towards paying our household bills. So, those fixed expenses that don't really change month in, month out, and you can plan for them. So like I said, this total here would almost cover our council tax. That's how I like to think about them. It might be a bit of a strange way, but because we're aiming for early retirement, this is how we're going to cover our bills. Hopefully that's the plan. So like I said, my aim for 2020 is to have £1,600 received. Bearing in mind this is the end of the 5th month, my total for 2020 so far is £323.44. So we're at the end of month 5 and that's my total. So you can see there I am massively behind where I should be at this stage, and I know that, and I've done the sums and I know, give or take, what I should be expecting without adding anything else into investments. Now obviously as part of our plan we add to our investments every month, so with that additional income it still won't be enough because of the dividend cuts. Last May I had 5 different holdings pay out. This one, and I've not sold any of them, but this time it's only 2 because the other 3 have decided to postpone their dividends for this payment cycle, if you like. So I do know that it's slightly different, but £323.44, you know, I'm not complaining at that. That's a great number. It's just, it's not where I want or was calculating I would be at this stage. But like I said, I'll leave links below to invest in blogs that I've done. Don't forget to read those and ask questions. If you want to ask any questions, leave them below and I'll try and answer them as best I can. Thanks for watching as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.